1 year ago, we got the keys to a rundown shopfront just outside Newbury Town Centre, and in just 6 weeks, we transformed it into our first streetwear shop, aka our flagship store. To make this into a functioning space, there was lots of things that we needed to do. We had to rip up the floor, tear down the ceiling, build a stock room, and throw a mega opening party. With no building experience, very basic tools and a DIY attitude, we just got stuck in.
Where are you going now?
We're going to the shop. We just got our keys. We've got like the biggest set of keys that you've ever seen. And I've got a ladder in the back. I'm going to be pushing up tiles, checking what we can do to get it done. Basically, I'm just really excited to see what kind of state everything's in, to see how much effort it's going to be to like renovate it. So yeah. Come on in. It is in a little bit of a state, like everything's a bit rough. The estate agent's just calling me, telling me how to get in the gate. Hi Shane. Yes, I'm in because I followed a resident. The first thing that actually you see in here is the just ridiculous amount of plug sockets. Seems like a weird thing to say, but they're everywhere. They're even on the ceiling. And for some reason we've got like about 30 different lights in the ceiling as well. And there's our plug socket when we want to put things in the ceiling. There's a lot of electrics to figure out. The flooring's a bit weird. It's a bit of a shell, and we're going to have to strip it back even further to get it sorted. There isn't like a door on the toilet. It is a little bit ramshackle, but this just makes the renovations appear even more dramatic when we get this place sorted and up to where we want it to be. The first time we had a look round the shop, we couldn't see that many things that needed doing. Because you're just like going around with the estate agent, it's quite hard to see all the issues all at once. So it's only when we looked a little bit closer, we started noticing all of the different issues. I like the electric box. That looks more like a painting tray or like a planting tray, doesn't it?
It's a garden tray.
Yeah.
Doing a seedlings.
Well, not now. It's a electrics cover. Oh God, that looks like it'll give an electrician a migraine.
Just close that back up.
Someone's chicken satay. This place is so weird. Even before we got the keys, we knew that we wanted to rip down the suspended ceiling, but we didn't know what was above the suspended ceiling and what the ceiling would look like eventually. Thankfully, my dad is a builder, and even though he wasn't coming in to give us help with the building work day to day, it was good to have him on hand just for advice to make sure that we were pulling it down in the best way possible. Why didn't they push up?
Oh.
They're like sealed.
Oh shit.
That, you can kind of see there.
Yeah.
Pretty industrial.
My ratty friends now. I'm just taking a video of my rats.
Put the phone up there.
Oh my God, yeah. Hello, ratty friends. Once we visited the shop again and we did some measurements, we then got to making our plans, which we used for the entire build. This meant that we had measured this front space as being 5 by 10 meters, and there was a back area which was about 4 by 4 meters. That's what we intended to split into two, to have a changing room and then the stock room at the back. And then we also have a kitchen / kind of staff room, toilet and 2 car parking spaces.
Right here is the kitchen. We've got 3 doors, but none are attached. Look, here is the shop floor. And the changing rooms right here at the back. This guy, he ain't no landlord, but he sure takes all our money.
We knew the best job to get started first would be to rip off the flooring, so we went to our local hardware store to get some tools. We're just tooling up in B&Q, so we've got to do the carpet lifting and the floor lifting, and the carpet lifting looks like it's going to be horrendous. So we're getting gloves, scrapers, anything that we can think of. I bet we'll be back here a few more times, so probably need some industrial, I don't know, adhesive remover. Also going to get ourselves some respirators. We've got our scrapers, gloves, masks, that type of thing, because this is literally how the floor is. Like, we didn't pull this up, this is how they've left it. So we think it's a combination of a little bit of carpet bit. This feels very cold, like stone, and then it's got glued carpet, underlay, and then just this clip, tongue and groove, normal board stuff. That'll hopefully come up quite easy. It's the carpet that I'm really worried about. It's going to be really strenuous and horrible. Hopefully the glue doesn't stick down too much, but you're going to see in this video how horrendously difficult it is, but we're prepared.
There's only rain, I wanna crash and numb this pain. Nothing will last inside this lane. Oh, take me far away past these mediocre days. I need to stop this burn. Say, can you help me unlearn? This rodeo's got me feeling like a so I should.
Because it is literally screwed in, so you just maybe hold it over.
I have to go get some kind of like scalpels or something. What are they called? Stanley knives. And there's this really old school hardware shop, so hopefully they've got some. What is it?
There's normal flooring, as in concrete,
Yeah.
and then they've got lino, and then they've glued carpet to lino, and then they've got underfloor, whatever that is, underlay, and then they've got clip-in flooring on top.
And there's some wood over there.
Oh, and some wood.
And some stony, very stony concrete.
Hey.
Wee.
Maybe it's not vinyl, maybe it's tile.
Oh my god, what is it?
With the scaffold.
Maybe there's just patches that are just going to be like that.
Yeah, I think there will be. Hey!
Oh, master time, innit?
Yeah.
We've got about, how many did we say? About 30 little tiles.
Yeah.
30 little squares done. We're kind of just prizing up a corner and then levering it up and hoping to God that it comes up, but every so often you hit like a little gnarly patch that takes you twice as long, and then you're actually like thinking, oh, this is a good tile, it's almost done. I swear there must be some kind of like mechanical chisel thing that I could get my hands on, but we're going to make as much progress as we can tonight, and then I'm going to check out the hire stores when they open again tomorrow morning. Spoiler alert, there's a machine that will do this for us, and we picked it up the next morning. This is about as far as we got last night. We stopped about 7, so we didn't like work that hard when we just got stuck on a couple of really sticky tiles. So then I looked online and this machine exists, and it's basically a tile lifter, but it's going to be a bit hardcore. It's literally designed for picking up carpet tiles and lino and stuff. So I've got a transformer already because I just have one. So I'm going to get cracking on that and see if it makes this job maybe turn into a couple of hours instead of like the whole weekend. Also, there's this thing that you see in shops when they're getting renovated, and it's where they like whitewash the window so you can't see in, because we had loads of people like stopping and staring at us yesterday. So Em basically just got Sif and then just plastered it all over the windows. I think we probably need one more coat, but yeah, I always wondered how they did that.
There's only rain, I wanna crash and numb this pain. Nothing will last inside this lane. Oh, take me far away past these mediocre days. I need to stop this burn. Say, can you help me unlearn?
You can definitely tell I'm bloody knackered, but anyway, it's about 7 o'clock. I think we made some really good progress. Like probably not as much as like a professional would make, but we've smashed through all of this bit. I reckon we've got less than a day, maybe half a day left. And then the other thing is this. So can you hear the stickiness? I'll try and go on stick a bit. Like that. So there's glue where you can hardly even like pull your feet up. So we're going to come up with some kind of solution to put on there, and then you leave it for a few hours, scrape it off. So it's a little bit complicated, but we're actually quite excited that we've got some black stone tiles. Yeah, so that's today. The floor reno was obviously taking way longer than we expected or anticipated. However, one of the reasons that we actually chose this shop was because it was located quite close to our print studio where we normally do most of our work. So that meant that it was easy to go back and forth and like nip and go and get tools or equipment or deliveries. And it also meant that we could go back to the studio whenever we wanted just to get some lunch. If you didn't know, you should look up how many people die every year from eating mochi balls. They're evil. This is day 3 of trying to get the carpet up. This is the last little remaining bit. Today I'm a bit, I don't know, I have to get this bit of carpet up. And it just seems really minor, but it's so difficult. It's like using a jack camera and a lawnmower. And then today I've woken up with loads of bruises all over my body from when I'm leaning on it. But today's the day, I'm gonna get it up. I've got fresh blades from the tool place. I've got fresh Stanley knife blades for cutting the carpet. I'm going to get a bit of a system down, and hopefully this bit of carpet will be gone next time I show you. You see sweat dripping off me. I learnt something just now. I'm not being a hero when I'm trying to lift up the carpet. I was trying to lift up huge chunks, but now I'm just doing it in tiny little slithers, and it's coming up a dream. You only learn how to do these things right at the end. Revelation after revelation with this.
get no rest. No, no. I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail.
Quick little update. We finally managed to get all of the lino up. So now we've just got these crappy little bits, but it's really, really sticky still. So we've put some adhesive remover in the corner and then gone over it with, I'm calling this Big Bastard, the tile lifter. Gone over again, scraped the adhesive remover off, and it's still kind of like a sludge. So now we're going at it with bleach and seeing if that works. We're going to call it a day because we have to go load up the van for a market stall that we're doing tomorrow, and we'll just see if this is less tacky or what the situation is in the morning. We're all stocked up for the market tomorrow. That's going to be on Sunday. It's the last Sunday of the month on the high street, and we do it every month, so I have to make an appearance. It'll be good. I'm going to leave them on the store now. I'm going to go head to the shop and see what my dad's done. I'm on top of the scaffolding that my dad just put up. It's actually quite sturdy. It's on wheels. It's quite cool. And the plan is that I take down all the panels that don't have any lighting attached to them, and then he's going to come back and do all the lights for us, and then I'm going to go back and take all the panels off the ones that had lights attached. So hopefully they come off quite easily. I've got a few different crowbars and I'm going to get going and see how that works. Started to make a little dent in there. As with all these things, it gets easier once you've done a few. So you basically just smash up a couple and then just pull it down with the big crowbar, and it actually comes down in like 3 strikes. The only thing I'm worried about is pulling down all the electrics, and then because they're all connected, they'll just all fall and rip stuff down. So I am going to disconnect a few of the lights, and then I really don't think it's going to take long at all. I think it's like a half-hour job once they're all clear. And it's looking really cool up there. I'm glad that the industrial style is in at the moment. At this point, my dad came back to help us with the lighting, to take all the lights down. But it turns out he actually just left me with one of those live wire detector tools so that I could tell which lights I could chop down and which ones that were live, so I had to leave alone. I'm just smashing up this little bit of tile, and there's this like rattling like this. Someone's left all their old screws and clips from God knows when up there. And I did it again, and there's left bloody loads of them up here. But rattling around. So it could be raining screws, but I've just got to get them down. But I really like the graphic design on the boxes. It actually looks quite cool. So only a few more of these tiles left to go. And these ones are actually like cardboard. So I think they'll come down with the main structure, the main frame. Okay, let's get back to the floor. Might be it. And then the scraper. We think we've resolved what the floor is made of, and I think it's called bitumen, which is kind of like tar, which I'm pretty sure is what they put on the roads. But it means that you can get bitumen resurfacing stuff. So as long as we clear it, it doesn't matter if it's sticky, hopefully, and then we can basically paint on a really thin layer, and then it should, you know, seal and be normal again. Having a bit more of a normal studio day today, getting all my normal orders done. So things like pre-exposed screens and films and that kind of thing. We're also filming a podcast today, later on. So I'm just like itching to get back in the shop and do more demolition on the ceiling, because I know it's going to be easy from now on, because we've got a good chunk of it off. And now, once we've released like a big chunk, all the other bits, like just like little Jenga pieces, keep coming out. I don't think it's going to be too long, but all these jobs, I'm anticipating them taking like 6 hours and they take 10. Yeah, there's so much to do, but I'm really excited now that I can kind of see an end to the sticky floors and the ceiling. We just thought we'd go back to the shop and see if we can get a little bit more of the structure off the ceiling. And we're also going to clear a little bit of the floor, do a paint test with some paint that we bought in B&Q, and see how we get on. Because we really need to get one of these machines that we hired back to the Newbury Tools place, so that we don't have to keep paying for that in the background. Today I am really happy with our progress on the ceiling. We're really close with that. It's basically 98% done. There's just a couple of little batons that we couldn't quite get last night because it got really dark and we don't have electrics. Today the main aim is to get rid of all this rubbish, but we don't have the special licenses to get rid of fluorescent tubes, and our vehicle has like sign writing on it, blah blah blah. So we need to get some guys in to come and clear that. We just got a quote and they're just gone to get their van and they're going to sort that for us, which is brilliant. So then when all that's cleared, then we can clear the floor a little bit better, and we can paint it with some of this primer stuff that we got and see how that comes out as well.
I think before we done it backwards, didn't we? You're kicking it.
I hate this machine. We're making mega progress now, so the guys did such a good job clearing out. I'm going to have to give them a really good review. They even like came and swept it all, and really efficient, like within a couple of hours, so that is going to help us out loads. We just mopped the floor with some bleach, so hopefully that will be a surface that we can put another layer of this kind of like asphalty stuff on, and then I think the next job is going to be painting and doing lino in the back rooms and decorating those. So while we're waiting for this to dry, we're just going to go have a pint. I promise you this is the last time I talk about the flooring. The next plan with the flooring is doing self-leveling concrete, because even though we painted it, we don't think it's enough. We don't think it's hard wearing enough. So we're going to figure out how to do self-leveling concrete, and we found this stuff that claims to just go on anything. So we are at a wholesaler's and I have a little letter to say that I'm trade, I don't know. And we're just going to go in there and see how many bags we can get for this. And the next videos are probably going to be us mixing self-leveling and trying to pour it. Not trying to pour it, doing a really good job of pouring self-leveling concrete. We've got all our bags and stuff from the wholesaler, and at first they were a bit like dubious to give it to us, but then the Arditex guy, he was like he's actually the salesperson, the manufacturer, was in there just by chance, and he was like answering all our questions, saying all the products that we picked were like the best ones for it, and then he basically pushed the sale through, and he was just giving us loads of advice, and then he even came out with t-shirts for us and helped us load up the van. If this works, this is going to be a really good find, and really appreciate just like that little bit of customer service as well, because it just shows that the brand cares about you, even if the wholesaler's a little bit dubious about serving us. So we're gonna go hire a paddle mixer from the tool place, get it on weekend hire because, you know, bank holiday, hopefully that means we get another day for free. I think we can get on with it now, got a bit of a plan. It did cost us a lot of money that, but if it's the solution, I'll bloody pay anything at this point.
Just missed the rain.
The plan today is actually to do the self-leveling kind of compounds. It's not really self-leveling, it's the special one that goes over anything. We need to do things like quickly prime this bit of concrete. Even though this material says you don't need to prime it, I just want it to flow as well as possible, and we happen to have some primer. So I'm going to do that. We're also going to fill in not only the footwell, but there are some big chunks taken out of the corner and in a couple of places around. So we're going to mix some aggregate, which is like, you know, gravelly kind of consistency, in with the material and block off all the big bits, the big holes, and then you have to leave those for 4 hours, and then we can come and do the scary bit, which is pouring all of the rest of the mixture as evenly across the surface as we can. Love that little tip we got from that video. What the water. Yeah. Thankfully the floor is finished and we are very happy with it. However, the ceiling is still looming over us. Last night we came in and we painted the frame that's on the ceiling, and that's looking really, really good now. And we made a start at the little kitchenette and the toilet, because we think, even though people aren't going to see those rooms like the customers, we think it's really important for our staff to be really comfortable in here and stuff. By the way, if you see Em in the background just kind of like staring at a blank wall, don't disturb her. She's just figuring out all the configurations of something in her head. So she'll be staring there and she'll work out exactly all the dimensions for the shelves, how many shelves are needed and stuff. So just leave her to it. And now we're just waiting for the electrician, which is a big deal for us because that's just going to like move the project along. And we've got all the lights coming today. And the electrician isn't fitting out today, he's just making sure that what we want we can get, because the electrics in here are absolutely crazy. There's just people just piling on electrics over electrics and not removing plugs and things. So we've probably got about 30 sockets, but only 5 of them work. Hi, Dad. Dad, look through this hole. Look through the hole. We have been on a bit of a spending spree and gone to IKEA. We've also bought security systems, a bit of a grass wall, all the bits and bobs that we need, like a radio and all sorts. And we don't actually really want the IKEA furniture to be a prominent feature, so we don't want it to look like we just fitted the place out from IKEA, but there are some like subtle bits that are from there. So there's going to be drawers underneath some of the rails, and the little kitchenette is going to be hidden anyway. So there's a lot to do, but we are starting to buy stuff and it is starting to come together. The electrician's a little bit delayed on some other sites, so he might be here at the weekend, and we're just going to crack on with everything that we can do ourselves now. By the way, this video is sponsored by Shopify. We've used Shopify right from the beginning. So we've had it on the market stall to take payments, and then we had it as a website provider, and now we have it as the Shopify POS system in the shop. When we sell our t-shirts, which are limited edition, say if we sell one on a market stall and on the website at the same time, it's always deducting and making sure all of our stock levels are accurate across all the different platforms. It also means that all our staff have their own individual accounts, which is really handy, and it's just kind of grown with us. Even though Shopify is sponsoring this video, we actually pay for our Shopify POS system ourselves every single month. But you can support the channel by clicking the link in the description if you're thinking about getting Shopify for your retail shop or your brand. I think it's actually been a few days since I've taken any videos, but we have a door now, which means that we've got like a separate storeroom, and then we've also got a changing room sorted out. And I've just been up on the scaffold again and tried to remove the last remaining battens up off the ceiling, which is a much more difficult job than you can imagine. We have another whole pile of stuff for someone to come and clear, hopefully. And the next few things are going to be getting the electrician in tomorrow, because he's super busy at the moment, so he's been delayed quite a few times. And like crossing my fingers he'll actually come tomorrow and be free. Then after that, everything's going to move quite quickly. We're going to be able to get the boards up. Get the rest of the painting done on the big areas, because cutting this hole through caused such a lot of mess. I'm actually going to have to repaint some of my areas. So thankfully I didn't have it all finished. We're really getting there though. During this time it was quite frustrating because we were kind of at a standstill waiting for the electrician. So we did as much as we physically could. So we did some painting, Ed managed to do the cash desk and things, but even with that, you couldn't even move the cash desk in until everything was out of the way that we had set up for the electrician. So it was a really difficult time knowing when we were going to get started again.
Get no rest. No, no. I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail.
Progress so far, we've just done the metal painting around the inside and outside of the shop front, and we had to do about 3 coats because this paint is just so watery and horrible. And when you're outside, you get stopped by loads and loads of people. I think I must have got stopped by about 7 different people asking me what the shop was.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
And you, darling, a sweet little one.
Some people already knew us, some people were neighbours, like coming to see what it was. So there's a lot of curious people in Newbury. So today, this is the day after the electrician came in, and he had a little bit of a nightmare with some of the things because there's loads of different circuits going on. He had to screw into concrete. We do have some lights now, but we had to send one away because it wasn't working. So there are a few little frustrating things about the electrics, because we did think it was a 1-day thing, but now it's going to roll into 2 or 3, which is, I don't know, there's not too much of a setback. We've got other things that we can do. I just got back from the shop and Dad took the signs down for us. He had to cut the metal frame with an angle grinder, so he freed them, and they turn out to be made of this dye bond material, which is kind of like a plastic aluminium composite thing, which is really handy actually because I can just peel the top vinyl layer off these signs, put our own one on, and it's going to save us like maybe even a couple of grand instead of having to buy our own new signs. It's a good thing that we know about that type of stuff because we made signs in the past for people, and we have our own tiny little vinyl cutter which will definitely do the job. Actually, I don't think we have to cut any vinyl for this. We can just put it on straight and scalpel it off. Then I've got the laser cut Blind Maggot logo coming in the post tomorrow from the laser company, and that's going to go on with some little standoff bits glued on. So I think we're actually really close to having the sign made. Get it back up, put some kind of trim on there that we had to like cut off, and I think people will start to forget what it used to be, and then they'll see that what we are, and then we can start putting up like coming soon posters, and maybe get some people hired through the posters and start to create a little bit of a buzz about like when we're opening. Might have found one of my least favourite jobs ever, peeling this off. It sucks.
Nothing will last inside this lane. Oh, take me far away past these mediocre days. I need to stop this burn. Say, can you help me unlearn? This rodeo's got me feeling like so I should go.
Proper class.
Bad, bad girl, I should go before I'm a no.
This is definitely one of the most exciting packages we're going to get. It's our logo sign and it's going above the till. The new vinyls here is the really big 1 meter 21. This is just for the huge sign. So we don't even need to cut this. We literally just like hover it over the signage, lower it down, squeegee it on, and that's the backboard for the sign that we've already got. So we've literally just taken down the old sign that was there, putting some vinyl on it. And then we're making it look really cool with our laser cut signs that we've had made. And they're going on these little kind of pegs, these little standoff things. So we'll screw those all in, get the template up, and now we can start saying like, Blind Maggot coming soon.
Faking beauty to stay in the game. Bad riding, cover the walls. Guess I'm lucky if I left to fall. Sin City, waiting for me. Around the corner, I'm aching to be. Double trouble, heading my way. I need to step up if I'm gonna stay.
Internet just went in, the open reach guy just left. Everyone's having problems drilling holes around here, so he's just had to put the cable in a bit of a funny place, but he seemed happy with it at the end and we don't mind that much. And we're just working on bits and bobs now, putting up a cork wall, and we're going to have Polaroid photos of all our people that we know around town. And we're going to put all their photos up on the wall. So we're just setting that up right now. We now have all the metal store stuff, so everything from the sheet metal, and then we've got all the railings for obviously the clothes rails, and then Emma's making things like a dog bowl holder, which is going to kind of show that we're open, and she's also making an A board out of this as well. We're just going to get this in the shop now, lay it out into all the different piles for all the different components and things that we're going to make out of each set of things that we've ordered. It'll all make sense soon, and yeah, we're excited to get it in and actually really fit out the shop.
Cover the walls. Guess
We're just going to install the vinyl that we just cut on the BN20. So the BN20 is normally like a sticker printer, but you can just make it cut. So we're just going to cut some normal wall vinyl, put it up on that painted section there to kind of, you know, decorate it, bring it together a little bit. And then we've also got our second electrician turning up because our first one just got like way overbooked and he doesn't know when he could be back. So we can't really go on that time frame, so we need someone in urgently to finish all the lighting so we can take the scaffolding down and get all of our railings up and actually get started on the next bit. The electrician actually did manage to come on site, even though we got quotes and stuff from other people potentially coming in. It was better to get this original electrician back in to hopefully finish the job today. And if you can, that would be amazing. We'll have to get rid of the scaffold and then we can put up all the railing and really crack on with stuff, because it's always been a bit moving things around the shop to get out of the way of the scaffold, so that's going to be huge. It's IKEA time. I've actually done a click and collect for the majority of the order. I'm quite adamant that it's not obvious that we've gone to IKEA for certain things, so I'm not having like finished Kallax units or freestanding things that are obvious that they're from IKEA, because I want to look more permanent. I don't want to look like a pop-up shop. That's all being collected for me. I'm going to go get a couple of little bits and bobs that are like finishing kind of decorative touches. It looks like I've broken IKEA. I've been here since 6 and it's nearly 9 o'clock. They're nearly wrapping up and they're supposed to like pick it and have it ready to collect, but it wasn't, and then they picked most of it, missed off like 14 items somehow. Then the system went down, then we've had to like go back into the van where I've been loading it and manually tick off every single thing that I've already taken. So I'm on my 4th trip back into the shop to try and get my whole order. The manager's super embarrassed though. He's like, I'm not even complaining, I'm just sat there and they're embarrassed. So I've already got like food vouchers given to me, even though I don't think I eat in IKEA. But this is, do you know, like when something's supposed to be an hour and it turns into 4? That's what's happening right now, but I'm pushing through. They said they'd send it to me, but I'm gonna get this done because I need to do these drawers this weekend.
No rest.
Quick update on some really boring stuff that might actually be really useful for people. There are things around all the boring stuff like business rates, electric, water supply, insurances, all this type of stuff, and you might have a hangover from the person who had the shop before you, and then they put you on an astronomically high rate. So for example, they tried to charge us like 1,200 for a month's electric, and then you've got to like barter with them to get that nullified because it's just not true. So I've had to do that. And then there are some really good subsidies that you can get for things like business rates. So go have a meeting with the business rates person at the council, because I might even get 75% off my business rates just from having a discussion, finding about some relief. And it's very dull, but it's important and it could save you thousands. Other things are not going to brokers for electric deals and things like that. The ones that aren't on those lists are often the best, so like Direct Line, Eon, who were trying to rip me off, but then they've come around and they were actually the best. So yeah, it's just a whole day of doing incredibly dull stuff that is actually really important for the business. Lots of progress happening at the shop, and now even local businesses are getting in touch to say like, when you're opening, welcome to the street and that type of thing, which is really nice. We're going to try and do as many collaborations with the local businesses as possible. And thankfully we already have a bit of a connection with our studio. Emma's been in here working her ass off doing loads of the displays and signage, and she's putting up the posters that I printed of the models. Today the main job for me is sanding the toppers of the shelves and varnishing them so that we can start to put railings on top, and they're going all the way around the shop. We're even having a centre display, so I've got to get cracking, but quite a lot should happen today. It should be a really big step forward for us. Yesterday I said that varnishing the toppers would, in my head, just take a few hours, but it actually ended up taking the whole day. We also did lots of sanding of all the different wooden things that are in the shop. So today, finally, we're going to be putting up the railings. At this point in the project, it was really crucial that we kept an eye on the timescale because we had a holiday coming up and we really wanted the shop to look nice and full, and so that when people were looking from outside, they could see all the shirts and we could create a little bit of a buzz around town. So at this point, we really couldn't afford for anything else to go wrong.
So what I'm thinking, we'll start at that end. Just like... These are really long, aren't they? They really do come out from the wall. You might like end up adapting it. What? That makes no sense. Even if that were at the top, that wouldn't work, would it? Sorry? Even if I put that right to the top, that scenario wouldn't work. So now, that, no problem, works. Doesn't work. Who the f*** for this?
Why would they draw it like that? We just started putting up the rails, and then we found this quite big issue, and it's very, very difficult to get your head around to how to solve it, and we don't think we can solve it with the components that we've got. So it's a it's like a set, and it's called like the clothing rail, and it's made of like this pole up here, but it kind of has a like kink in it, and then it's got another parallel pole down here. But if you put t-shirts on it, which we bought some shirts in so that would make all the poles the right heights, you can't do it. It doesn't work in any configuration. So like this t-shirt hits onto the pole, and then the bottom t-shirt would drag onto the floor, but we've got them raised slightly, but still drags onto this bottom drawer. So we are going to have to do some mega cutting or buying components or figuring this out, because this is the system that we've got for the whole shop, and we've got all of the poles that we thought were ready to install. So it's a really big issue for us actually, because we're going on holiday and we really wanted the shop to look good while we're on holiday, to attract people to look in the shop, and it's really, really disappointing. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I'm sure we'll solve it, and we're trying to stay positive and draw little sketches out, but it's a mega setback. Like I said, we didn't have time for problems, so we improvised.
I don't have shorter rails because I'm using what they've sent me, but what I can do is not have the dip.
There's been quite a lot of developments at the shop. We've got our A-board all set up that Em made a few weeks ago, and we've been on holiday but then got back and started printing a lot more designs to fill up the shelves. We have screens up, they've got all the images of the models on, we've got the till all set up, just doing little finishing touches, like all of these little snagging elements take quite a long time, like putting extra vinyl up on the walls in the changing room. Em is literally just putting some vinyl on some shelving right now, and we should be open in a few days, and it's a really exciting point. We are finally opening tomorrow, so it's Friday and we're opening tomorrow, which is Saturday, and we are just doing some last minute printing, if I'm honest. We've got some jumpers to do to fill a little space back here, but then I think most of the stock is in. A good sign is that people have been like trying the door to try and get in all day, which is good. That shows that they're keen to have a look. Tomorrow's gonna be open from 10 till about 5, so it's a really good little tester. We were really planning on doing a party and then opening, but it just hasn't worked out timing wise, and we want some really cool stuff for the party and they take time to do. So we're gonna have the party in a few weeks with all our mates and local business owners and that type of thing. We're really excited and I think we're really close, and I'll let you know how we get on tomorrow. I would have loved to have footage from the first day that we traded, but it actually just kind of got a little bit overwhelming with how many things that we had to do and talking to customers and trying to give a good experience to those first initial people coming in the shop. I did intend to actually get the key opening the door for the first time, but we didn't even have the lights on and there was a couple who were trying to get in before we'd opened. So I didn't manage to get that shot, unfortunately. At this point in the time and in the project, for the first week, we didn't even have staff and we were still trading at festivals and we were still doing all our studio work. So it was a really hectic time. I'm currently in a field outside Calcott, outside Reading, and I'm trying to figure out whether this is going to go well or not, because yesterday we tried to attend this, which is the Reading Pop Festival, and then it got kind of called off because of like severe weather. So today, unfortunately, I'm on my own because Em had to be up in Norwich for her family. So I have to unpack the van on my own, but there's some really heavy things in there. So I'm going to have to ask for help, and hopefully someone will be able to help me. So we should set up and it should be a good day. I've never done this festival before, but I'm really hoping to sell a lot of t-shirts today. Look at the wind. It's picking up a little bit actually. So we're just gonna have to see how this one goes. Thankfully I'm all set up. I thought we only had an hour and a half until the gates open, but they still haven't opened them. It's 11 AM, so it's nearly 12, Jesus. So I think we've got 15 minutes until people are allowed in. I've done my best. It's not up to the normal standard, but I don't really know. I just don't have the skills that Em has in merchandising, but I've done my best. I'll give you a quick tour around. Up to this point, we did have quite a lot of customers coming in, but we had done no advertising for the shop. We had always intended to do this big shop opening party, but we just needed to get the doors open and start trading. So we then gave ourselves 1 week to organise the big party, invite loads of local business owners, friends, and like long-standing customers who we had off the back of trading on the markets and that type of thing. And just to kind of ride the enthusiasm of a new shop opening in the town.
What it is.
Oh, so good.
No,
Oh, I
that's
got loads.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you sort of headed over?
It's the day of our party and we have quite a few t-shirts to print this morning. It's about 7:45 and we've got to print a big stack. We're giving most of these away, and then if there's any left over, they'll go on sale. And we've got this design here, which is going to be pretty cool. So I'll show you that when it's actually printed. And then we've got other stuff going on, like we've been making these, this like kind of centerpiece thing idea that was in our head. It comes from one of our t-shirt designs. They're not actually emojis, they're kind of like acid heads. So that's going to be on the central display and then people are going to draw on it. Anyway, I've got normal studio stuff to do, but the main thing is getting all these shirts printed this morning to open the shop at 10. So I'm going to see if we can get this done.
I was trying to video that.
Oh, sorry. During the shop opening party, I didn't really get any really decent footage because, again, it was just very busy. So I only got the 360 camera shots. They were just static in the middle here. So at the party, we had quite a few people turn up. A lot of them were local business owners that we knew from the street and stuff, and like loads of friends, a bit of family. And basically what we did was we gave everybody the best goodie bag that we could do. So we had an exclusive t-shirt in there. We had socks, pin badge, keychain, stickers, sweets, all sorts were in this little bag that we gave everybody. And we even picked out the size socks that the people were. Then we also had the crazy acid heads in the middle of the room, so everyone was signing those. And we generally just like had lots of talking to people, music, and a few free beers and sweets and stuff. And then we also took these little Polaroid photos of everyone who came to the shop and put them on our friend's kind of cork wall here, which we've been adding to over time. As you know, this video has been edited a full year on from when we opened the shop, but it went so well at that shop opening that we wanted to replicate it on our first year. So we did another party very, very similar to the one before. So we had the really good goodie bags and everything, but we'd learnt from our mistakes a little bit. So we hired a videographer to take the footage for us. We had staff at that point, so they were manning different areas of the shop, like the till, giving out the drinks. And we basically just documented that much better. So here is a clip from the first year anniversary party. We see our parties as a big way of thanking everyone who's interacted with the brand. We put a lot of effort into the goodie bags and the parties. We always make sure there's really good drinks and snacks available. And if you find yourself with an invite, make sure to come along, because you'll always leave with more than you'd expected in the goodie bag especially. The shop's gone through loads of changes in just this 1 year, but we always try and commemorate what's been happening. So for example, we still have the acid heads in the corner from the party. We've got screens on the wall from the first few t-shirts that we printed. We have been building up the wall there with the Polaroids of all the new customers that we've interacted with. And we also bake these boards for all of our artist collaborations, and we put them up along the ceiling. there's just lots of things that are coming together to like build the memories and kind of catalogue it in the shop. I'm going to roll some B-roll here so you can see what changes have happened in this short period of time, and we're going to put together a video for you to document the first year in the shop, to show some of the challenges, some of the events and the parties that we had. So stick around for that, and I'll catch you on the next one.